The Orlando Magic have officially been eliminated from the playoffs this year. Another solid year. They started off really good. The injuries to Banchero and Wagner really sucked for them. They got beaten 5 by the Celtics. Didn't do too great in the playoffs. One of the best defensive teams, if not the best defensive team in the NBA. Just no three-point shooting, no scoring in general outside of their main guys. That's ultimately what led them to a loss, but they kept it competitive even though it was a 5-game series. So they played good, but they need some changes around this team. We have the current day up here. Now, yeah, the Lakers and Clippers are not in their right spots, but the Timberwolves and Nuggets are. They're probably going to move on in both this series. The Timberwolves are 6 like normal. Nuggets are 4 like normal. 2K just doesn't update their game and doesn't have the tiebreakers in. Got Golden State up 3-2. The Knicks Pistons might be a good one, but Cleveland took down Miami in 4 in an absolute sweep. Pacers take down the Bucks in 5. Still have a game 6 to come in Detroit for the Pistons. Obviously, we got eliminated. And over on the Western side, the Warriors and Rockets are in a close series, so they take it in 6 games. They close it out. The Knicks will have to go to game 7, but they close it out in the Garden. Cade and the Pistons, ultimate effort, ended up failing. But yeah, let's get through this next round quickly. Pacers beat the Cavs in 7. The Knicks take down the Celtics in 5. And Denver swept OKC. And the Timberwolves beat the Warriors in 5. Kind of a crazy conference finals. Some of the last guesses I would have made for this. And it's Knicks Timberwolves. 2K loves that. And the Timberwolves win the NBA Finals. Pretty good looking team. Julius Randle wins Finals MVP. It'd probably be Anthony Edwards if they got there. But beating the Knicks in 5. Pretty impressive for them. Kind of surprised they made it that far. But 2K's wild with their simulations. So Jamal Mosley, he's safe for now. I mean, this really hasn't been his fault. But we have some more positions to go out there and get. So we'll just go hire the best people from each position. But definitely something to keep an eye on if we keep Mosley. We will for this year, but I don't know how long he's going to be around. Sometimes you need a coaching change, and in today's league, that's definitely something that happens all the time. So him being fired wouldn't be the craziest thing we've seen, but I don't think it's the right time. So we'll go ahead and get through that and go straight to the NBA draft here. So the number 1 pick belongs to the Nets, and they take Dylan Harper over Cooper Flagg. So obviously Cooper Flagg goes to Ace Bailey 3 to the 76ers, so that's the consensus top 3. Not in the order it's supposed to go, theoretically, but still the top 3. Yakuchonis, number 4. Number 5, the Spurs are trading this pick for De'Aaron Fox. They're trading De'Aaron Fox for the pick. This happens in every single 2K simulation. And they picked Todd Pettiford, who's a second-round pick in real life. Okay, 2K. Knipple follows with Noah, I'm not even going to try that last name, Trey Johnson, Walter Clayton. Wow. So you replace De'Aaron Fox with Walter Clayton, Derek Queen, and the Bulls trade this one to the Knicks, and they take Murray Boyles. That's not very good because VJ Edge comes on the board. There he goes. I wasn't going to trade up, but I would have waited. Asanuel, Rasheer Fleming, 15, OKC. Yep, they don't need it. They're trading it for Andrew Wiggins. And they take Kamal Maluach, so definitely a good pick there. But we do have a lot of centers, so I don't know if he would have been the best idea. Let's see, they're offering us some things. I would love Peyton Pritchard, but that's unrealistic. Don't really want to trade for Maluach. Again, we got a lot of centers. And same thing with Queen. I'd rather just keep the pick, honestly. Yeah, we don't really need Noel. So some good options, but I think I'd rather take this pick here. And we look at some of the guys on here. Jeremiah Fears ends up really good in this game, and he's supposed to be really good in real life. That's a steal of a pick there. And at 24, I'm just going to keep it. And Yegor Demin is still on the board. A solid lottery pick. Getting him now is an absolute steal. This one, clearly, no-brainer. What a draft so far to start off with. And this pick doesn't really matter. Go with anyone. Cam Jones is pretty solid. Should be a first-round pick, so getting him pretty late, we'll take it with pick 46. So that's our draft. No, it is not. We have one more pick. I didn't even know that. This one's not really too helpful. We don't really need it, but Noah Pena, I think that's supposed to be Noah Penda. Noah Penda will take you. Mark Sears, the last pick of the draft. So, again, a crazy top 3 to see in this draft. And we're going to go ahead and let Penda go. We'll keep Cam Jones, though. Keep Demeen and Fears, obviously. Obviously, going to pick up Banchero Black. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Mo Wagner, keep him with Franz. He's a good player. And Jet Howard, definitely going to be traded soon if he doesn't get better. So, we'll move on. LeBron, obviously, declines player option because he wanted to retire. But looks like the Lakers are going to bring him back, as well as Kyrie, going back to the Mavs. And we do not make any moves. I'm going to go ahead and let Mac McClung go, so maybe he can get an opportunity somewhere else. And we're just going to go through the Lakers, Mavs, they get their guys. Most guys signing with their own teams. Turner to the Thunder, so some changes. It's a bigger change than others. But most of the better guys in this free agency pool remain with their teams. And really nothing for us here through moratorium. So we'll get out of here. Josh Giddey's still one of the best players left. And we really don't have a lot of cap space to play around with here. And he's not gotten a good offer, so something to keep an eye on for sure. But looking at this team, we got too many point guards. So we're going to change some positions around. But you see the shooting guard, not very good. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a name to keep an eye on. We have Franz Wagner, De Silva. We got the normal forwards and big men. So a lot of depth on this team. Not the greatest depth, but a lot of it, which is helpful. You'd rather have more than less. But definitely some guys we'd want to trade. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, trying to find a move for him has been tricky. Love to bring in Cam Johnson. And don't really need De Silva, a guy we're going to also try and trade. They don't want to do that. We'll offer in some first rounders. One first rounder. I don't want to throw in multiple for him. So we'll go around a couple seconds, no. Another second, no. I don't really want to give up a first round pick for him. It's just not ideal. So we're going to have to look at other options for sure. But that's not a right now concern. That's just something we'd rather get out of the way. And even looking with that, so those two guys in the trade binder, nothing much. I don't want Rui because he's making like $19 million. He's solid, but we don't need him. Moses Moody would be nice to have, actually, but I don't know. I don't know if we really need him. We definitely don't need Buddy Hield, so we'll pass on that one. And, yeah, not really anything great out there on the market. Trying a bunch of different ways to trade him. Like, a bunch of different ways, trying to throw in different players, maybe even Jet Howard, get us a nice first-round pick, but we need players. Yeah, we need players. We can't do a first-rounder, however good that pick is, however many stars it has. So, definitely hard. Maybe Jet Howard, not bringing too much value. And like Robert Williams, Keldon Johnson, they're good players, but we have too many bigs on this team. We need wings, like shooting guard, small forward spot. And we're trying to get off the KCP contract because he hasn't really worked out too well in Orlando. But, I mean, that's okay for now. Just trying to look around the league, see what guys might be available here. So most guys still on their same team. Not too much has changed. Some changed, but not a lot. Norman Powell would actually be a nice addition to this team. And I would really love that. I know he's going to start regressing, but he's on a cheaper deal for being an 87 overall. They do want KCP to an extent. Obviously not going to accept it up front. That's where we give you Wendell Carter Jr. And you can give us back your cheapest player. That is not Ben Simmons because he's going to be too valuable. Maybe Drew Eubanks. 2 stars is kind of a lot. Chris Dunn, Derek Jones, vital players for this team. No way we are going to be trading for Derek Jones. Maybe what kind of capital would it take just without Wendell Carter? First, I don't want to give up 2 first-round picks, especially because we would not trade 2 first-round picks for Cam Johnson. So I don't want to trade 2 first-round picks for Norman Powell. Otherwise, I probably would have done it for Johnson. But, I mean, nobody's taken either of these 2 guys, and Jet Howard for that too. But I thought maybe adding Silva in would maybe count as a first-round pick in their mind, but no. So they do not want to do this deal. I don't blame them. I wouldn't do it either. But we are able to pull off a huge trade in getting Anthony Simons. Now, I don't know why other teams wouldn't take this package, and they did. But they do have a lot of depth at that guard spot with Shaden Sharp. They got Scoot Henderson. So they just need to clear out Anthony Simons, who's an expiring free agent. But I love this trade. Just took us KCP, Jet Howard in that first. We'll go ahead and make him a shooting guard with the backup on the point guard, so he still plays a little bit there. And that really fills that gap up. Anthony Black he will still come off the bench. He probably would have started, but would rather have Anthony Simons than start Anthony Black. Still love this team. You got one of the best defenders in the league in Jonathan Isaac, very underrated. And we're looking good going into the season. And there's still a few good players out here that have not been signed. Looks like Harrison Levert's going to get a contract better than we can give him. Dinwiddie's a good fit. Caruso, I would love to have him. We look at anybody else that we would rather have on this team. That is a no. Although Caruso does go down in overall. Could go for Kenrich Williams, but I do like Caruso here. Maybe Gary Payton. Caruso's already got a deal. He's probably going to sign. We can offer him better. Does he take it? No. He's going to Golden State. And this is day one of free agency, so not like it's the last day. He's just taking that minimum from Golden State. I don't know why. Would love to have Tim Hardaway Jr. on this team. He has helped the Pistons out a lot in their series against the Knicks. Very good shooter, very good player, but he wants $8 million. I don't want to give him a 4-year deal either, but we can give him that much because of the MLE. Not going to. $7 million is a bit much for a guy who's 33. That's why we're doing a shortened deal. Got to also lower that salary. Really doesn't look like he would take that. So we just got to live with it. Caruso does sign to Golden State. I figured he would. Can't offer Josh Giddey anything. Just had to check that one. Still some really good players out here, though. Santi Aldama, Kelly Oubre are some good players. Peyton Watson. And we can offer Peyton Watson a contract. He'll decline it. But he did have some interest in it. He's shown interest in this deal. So maybe. Van Vliet's also here on the last day of free agency. I love Van Vliet. Got Kevin Porter Jr. though. If I want to give Van Vliet $8 million because I know he's going to regress a lot. Kevin Porter Jr. had a good playoff series. Struggled a little bit compared to his playoffs in the regular season. Still a good player, so that's some potential. Josh Giddey, not great deals out there for him. Going to accept a minimum, not a minimum, but for this guy, a minimal amount of money. But Peyton Watson's still there. He has one contract. We can one-up that, Peyton. Come on. Come on to Orlando. Peyton Watson will sign with the Magic. Big deal for us. Doesn't seem like it. That's a sneaky pickup for us. A good defender, someone who can turn into a really good player. Don't really know why Denver got rid of him. But the progression, we're going up a little bit. Paolo up to a 92. Franz holds steady. We see Simons jump up 2. Suggs jump up 1. 2 for Anthony Black. And pretty much similar. I don't know why Cole Anthony went down in overall. But outside of that, really good. Jonathan Isaac goes down a bit. But solid team. Solid team. We got the young guys here. De Silva's still a name. We can talk about the whole time possibly trading. But yeah, love this team. We're doing really good. Feeling good going into the next year. And I think we're going to do better than last year. We gotta release somebody. I think I know who it's going to be. I don't want to do it, but I'm sorry. It's going to be Gary Harris, man. Sorry to let you go, Gary, but we can't get rid of all the other draft picks. He does make almost $8 million. It would help the team. He'll probably maybe be able to sign somewhere. I don't know. Not a big deal for us, but definitely a tenured player here. But without that, we'll go ahead and get the AJ Dembélé draft class in here. So, well, if things don't work out for us this year, I'd find it hard to imagine we could be in the race for Dembélé. Do I think this can happen? No. Do I hope so? No. But really loving what we've been able to do here in this offseason. Still not quite there, but we're better. We are a better team. Let's look at this rotation. Suggs will start, and we'll see the last guys he brings off the bench here in it. That's okay. I'm liking it from Jamal Mosley. We got a lot of big play. We got Anthony Black as our sixth man, 29 minutes game, so hopefully he develops a little bit. He's even playing more than Simons. Bring that bench utilization down, and we'll put it back to what it was. I don't want to mess with it too much. He is pretty highly rated coach in this game, but I do like what he's doing here. Got a good team. Still one of the best defensive teams in this league. We've added some scoring. We're a pretty solid team, and we hope for some development from these guys here. We got Isaac and Anthony off the bench. But yeah, let's go ahead and just simulate this one and see how the season goes for us. So a little bit through the year here. Good year from Simons. He's actually scoring more. He shows more efficiency. Franz is showing more efficiency, although he's scoring a lot less. It's more efficient. Jalen, with 15 a game on this team, is actually pretty nice. He's getting a lot of rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. He's an all-around good player for us. Anthony Black has been struggling, though. And this is the kind of year where you'd hope he kind of starts to get out of that rookie slump, if you will. But looking at the league, I mean, we're 11th. We're not doing great right now. Now, are we the worst team? No. Also, we're not too many games behind New York, so it's not like we can't, get up into that playoff spot. Not talking about the number one, but the playoff spot in general. But there's changes needed to this team. This guy has been linked to this team for a while. It's Trae Young, not Banchero. We are not trading him Banchero. Don't want to trade him Simons because we just got him. But we're going to have to give up somebody of a high deal. But Jonathan Isaac, he regresses in this game. He's a lot better in real life than in 2K. Don't want to trade him. Cole Anthony, I'm okay with trading him for getting back Trae Young. And Anthony Black was the whole reason to do this deal. They have to give us a player back. They actually have to give us two, so we'll take Denver Jones, and then they still have to give us another player. So cheapest player we can get, I think we'll go Daquan Plowden just because he's a lower overall. But definitely, I think they will consider this one. I think this is a good trade. Even throw in Jeremiah Fears here. We got to throw in another contract. We'll take Keaton Wallace. Do they accept it? No. Obviously, we haven't thrown in a pick. I think I'm okay here giving up a first. Do they do this one? No. We'll go ahead and do one more feature first because it's Trae Young. This is a big haul, and they accept it. Trae Young, welcome to the Orlando Magic. We have Trae Young, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Simons, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero all on the same team. So, how does this rotation work? I don't know. They're going to go ahead and say Suggs to come off the bench. I wouldn't say Suggs, Simons. I have a preference on who comes off the bench. But Trae Young, obviously going to be the starter on this team out of those three. I do like what Jamal Mosley's done there at that lineup, though. But yeah, I mean, it's a big trade. We gave up some decent guys on this team. Some 2 first-round picks, but it took a lot, but it got it done. We have Trae Young. And now, hopefully that'll fix that 11 seed. We also, not far behind from New York, who is the 1 seed now. Not chasing for number 1. It'd be great. But Trae Young's also having a good year. I think as this trade gets a few games under its belt, we can really improve. But hopefully we're something better than 11. Here at the end of the year, Jokic wins the MVP. Cooper with the Rookie of the Year. Giddey is the 6th man in Detroit. Wemby is the DPOY. Scoot, there it is, most improved player with no Simons. Tyler Hero is the clutch player of the year. And Mark Daigneault and the Thunder doing some pretty crazy things. Here's the All-NBA teams. Nothing too crazy. Luka on an All-NBA second team. It's kind of crazy to see. He was there with LeBron. And nothing for us. As we go to the defensive player, nothing. And maybe some rookie team. Cooper Flag there, those top 3 guys did, and nothing from us. So, the Lakers-Pelicans out west with the Kings and Clippers. Luka and the Lakers are going to stay in the play-in to play the Sacramento Kings, but we got to head over to our side where we are the 9 seed. So, we're going up against Miami at home. Definitely think we should beat this team 100,000%. This is not a better team than us. We have Trae Young, and we have such a good team. Jalen Suggs is on the bench. So I find it hard that we lose. The Nets end up beating the Pistons. That is the worst case scenario possible. Because now we have to play the Pistons instead of the Nets. We have to beat the Nets. Pistons are tougher, but we are going to hold on and close this one out at home, like expected. Big 23-point win. Franz showed up. And Mo, so the brother duo, getting a good play style there. Trae Young, Simons, Suggs, and Banchero kind of struggled, but all around good effort from this team. Beat them by 23. It's a pretty good win. So hopefully we can get this one. Yeah, obviously would rather play the Nets. Think we could beat them. Still think we can beat the Pistons. But also the Nets got to play Toronto. Luka and the Lakers end up moving on. But Nets and Toronto, would have loved to have played Toronto instead of New York. But hopefully we're in Detroit. Hopefully we can pick up a win here. We got a really good team. And we're getting smothered. Yep, this game's over. There's not a chance we come back. It just stuck like that the whole game. We get smoked. And we lose by 39. Simons played big. That's it. So, bad year. Wasted year. Whatever. It's bad. And the Hawks, they upset the Pacers in 6 in the first round. So without Trae Young, they are looking a bit better on this playoff run that they are on. They're going to the second round to play Toronto. We'll see if they can move on there. But other ones, the Thunder finally make it. They'll play the Mavs and the Hawks. The Hawks are in the conference finals after trading Trae Young. It's not like we gave him an all-star player back. The best player we gave him was Anthony Black, and he wasn't having a good year. But the Celtics end that run to go up against the Mavs again. The Celtics win it again by a big margin, winning in 6. Took them one more game than last time. Unfortunately, LeBron, we can't keep you in the league any longer. He's retired. We're going to let all these other guys retire. Jimmy Buckets, he's retiring. That's not happening. He's got one more year on his contract. That's why I'll go ahead and let Klay Thompson retire. He got traded to Sacramento. So, some big names gone. Oh, Gary Harris, I'm sorry to see that, man. Really wish we didn't have to get rid of you. The great Greg Popovich will also retire after being beat in the second round. LeBron and Klay are getting their jerseys up there. LeBron getting all 3 of his big jerseys. It's pretty crazy. Klay's getting his. That's a pretty epic jersey retirement there. And as far as the draft lottery goes, I don't expect us to move up anywhere just because of where we are sitting. But we don't have our pick. I kind of forgot about that. We do not have our first round pick, so it doesn't matter. That pick did not move. Pick 11 still was worth it to trade for Anthony Simons. We gave up a lot of picks in that Trae Young trade too, so not a team that has a lot of draft picks. We don't need draft picks. We need guys now. So we'll go ahead and keep Jamal Mosley around for another year. Just go get the best business guy for our assistant GM. But I do like where we're at. I feel like last year was disappointing, but we'll go ahead and head in the draft. The band still won. Boozer 2 and 3. Darren Peterson. So that's the top 3. Elijah Arenas at 4. Darius Acuff goes 5. So pretty good top 5 there. Koa Pete goes 6. The Thunder are so stacked. This is crazy. It's just looking at who else is going. The Blazers with our pick will trade it for Jalen Wells and Isaiah Joe. Not bad for getting that pick from us. Caleb Wilson, pretty good player. Just saw him. And Dyson Daniels, brother, rounds out the lottery. We do not have a pick until pick 37. Pretty good players here. Drake Powell, Bryce James, but Drake Powell's got a lot of potential. Possible first-round pick last year. Caravan, he's just too old for me to pick him here. So, Drake Powell it is. And we have another pick here coming up at 39. Bryce is there. That's why not? Why not go ahead and get Bryce James? So, pretty good. 2 players there. They might not be the greatest potential guys out there, but I like it. We got a lot of guys to bring back, that is. Trae Young, Paolo, and Anthony Simons. So we definitely got some moves to make. I'm wondering how this all works financially. $41 million is what we can give. But I did see the Lakers did not offer Luka. So Trae Young wants a lot of money. Maybe waiting a couple days will be better. I would definitely love to bring him back, though. And we're going to have to lower his contract a lot before it's... he is 27. He is a 90 overall, so definitely deserves his contract, but I just don't know if this is what this team has. Maybe we shouldn't have thought about that before trading for him, but still, he was a good player last year. Should have been better than we were. Not going to offer him something that he wants, so he's going to decline it. We still have Anthony down here to re-sign. Definitely want to bring him back. There's a lot of guys we want to bring back. No, we're not giving up the rights on these guys. Still going to keep Mo around, too. Obviously, keeping Trae Young. I don't know why they had him there. So, they like to do that, 2K, but you really got to pay attention on this page. I don't want to get rid of any of those guys. And Banchero, we have to match the deal that the Lakers gave Banchero. I still want to keep everybody. So Banchero's on the team. And where's Trae Young? Trae Young signed with the Pelicans. Oh my goodness. We couldn't do anything either because we didn't have enough money to bring back Trae Young and Paolo Banchero. And since the Lakers offered him the deal and he accepted it, Banchero, we had to match him. So we just lost Trae Young for nothing. Not ideal. At least it clears up space for Anthony Simons, but now we don't have anybody off the bench like Anthony Black that would really do anything good for. So now we're thin at the guard position. Before we were top heavy. Really good player to let go. Not happy about that. The Lakers get Luka. Don't even know why they tried to sign Banchero. Stupid move there. And we're going to have to figure out some other moves. So we're going to go ahead and sign Anthony Simons back to the team. So he's here for a while. Mo Wagner, we're going to go ahead and hopefully bring back. He wants $8 million. That is pretty cheap for Mo Wagner. Still some pretty good players out here. Still looking around just to see if there's anybody really, really good. Peyton Watson we do want to bring back as well. He wants a lot of money. He's not going to take that. We don't even want to give him $10 million. He's going to be on he's restricted free agent, so he's going to be on a qualifying offer. But better order of business here. Go out there and get Mo Wagner. Bring Franz's brother back. Guy who actually helped us out. And he and Franz had that big game against the Heat. So, yeah, he's definitely an Orlando Magic for now. Looking at some other guys. Dinwiddie's pretty solid, but I don't think we really need him. Looking at this team, yeah, that guard position's rough. De Silva, still a 77. Kind of rough. Yeah, we still got our three bigs. I don't know about this team. We're kind of struggling here to get guys, so anybody out here, Tyus Jones, not Trey Jones. Mike Conley's too old. He'll go down. Same with Marcus Smart. Brogdon, pretty similar. Isaiah Joe, I do really like Isaiah Joe. He doesn't even want a lot of money. A 3-year deal, and I'm not going to give him loaded. So we're going to go ahead and we'll make it a flat deal. He signs instantly. So that's a big one. Peyton Watson's still not signing. We'll go to day 11. And we're looking for some guys out here in free agency. Anybody that would sign pretty much close to a minimum. Tobias won it, plus he's going to go down a bunch. Aaron Wiggins will sign a minimum. Will he sign it for 3? No, he'll sign it for 2 years. So Aaron Wiggins will sign the 2-year minimum. Peyton Watson's going to accept the qualifying offer. And we just kind of made some good moves there. Do they make up for the Trae Young blunder? No. Was that also a blunder? Not really. Couldn't do much there. So ultimately, a lot of progression from this team. Again, still a young team, still very good defensively. Some of our good players are going up. Yegor Demine, hopefully he'll be a big part of the rotation. We got Bryce James, son of LeBron James. Maybe he turns out like LeBron. But for the rotation this year, it'll be Suggs, Simons, it'll be Wagner, Banchero will be there. So like normal through there. And then our big man to start the year will be Wendell Carter. So similar Magic lineup. And a lot of play from the bigs again. Isaiah Joe excited to have him, Peyton Watson back for another year. So, Yegor, hopefully he plays a little bit. But again, this is one of those teams that just has a lot of guys that should play that we just don't have enough spots for them. So, we'll see who plays good, plays bad, who earns those spots, and who doesn't. But I'm really liking this team. And I think we're going to move past that Trae Young. Not blunder, mistake. Not mistake either. It's kind of a mistake, but we're going to move past that Trae Young half season that didn't work out for us, and we're going back for another year. Hopefully, we're going to be really good. Is this team as good as when we had Trae Young? It is not, but maybe Trae was taking some shots away from guys we didn't want him to. I know Anthony Simons can kind of be a mini Trae Young scoring-wise, not shooting, but scoring in general. And yeah, Tristan Da Silva is something I've been looking to move for a while here. It's not much. We don't need big men, so please stop offering us good big men. We don't need to trade for Jalen Tyson, who's another guy at this position. Scottie Pippen Jr. I'd love. We need a backup point guard. He's a good player. He's a little inefficient shooting-wise, but I don't want to give up a first-round pick for Scottie Pippen Jr. Plus, we're giving him Da Silva. Da Silva can still be a good player. He just hasn't worked in Orlando. But not seeing too much else outside. Seeing some young guys, but really that doesn't interest us. Jacoby Walter's nice, but he's crazy inefficient, so that's a no. Plus, he's going to ask for a big deal. So, I really just go back to that Scottie Pippen deal, Scottie Pippen Jr., I don't want that first round pick. I don't want Vince Williams because he adds value. Straight up, we can't do it, which is probably why Vince was in there. Is there anybody else we could possibly throw in that is not Vince Williams Jr.? Maybe Ian Shifalifa, however you say his name, the Clemson guy. They want that first round pick. I'm not giving you a first round pick for Scottie Pippen. No, you're not getting a first round pick for Scottie Pippen Jr. You can have all the second round picks that are possibly possible to trade, but you're not getting you're not getting a first for Scottie Pippen Jr. So that deal is not going to happen. But Lou Dort, they are offering us this one. This one came from the trade finder. Wendell Carter ended up throwing in there with De Silva, and we're going to get Lou Dort. Not only are we going to get the defensive unit, Lou Dort, who's been crazy efficient, we're getting a first-round pick with this. Wendell Carter has struggled. That's why I threw him in there. He's making a lot of money. We have 3 good centers that are all similar in talent. We don't need them. We get a first-round pick. We get Lou Dort in a position we need. Love that pick, or that signing. And we finally get a pick back, too, for a team that doesn't have a lot of picks. So I'm loving that deal. Lou Dort is a really good player. I think he's perfect for this team. And it did say he was making $17 million for 1 more year. But I looked. I don't know why 2K does it this way. He's got a $15 and then $16 million. So he's got 2 years left. After this one, they extended him in OKC. Don't know why they don't tell you that. But I'm glad I checked and didn't just assume he was an expiring free agent. But overall, still a pretty solid rotation. We got some really good players. Aaron Wiggins, I'm excited for him. And midway through the year, we're doing pretty solid. Got Peyton Watson here. We got Aaron Wiggins. Finally going to bump him up to an 81 because Peyton Watson's been struggling. Aaron deserves to play. And at 81, he's going to skyrocket up the coaching game plan, that lineup setting here. And he's actually going to be the 7th man. He's going to be in front of Isaiah Joe. So moving him up was the right idea. I didn't want to because I didn't want to block Peyton Watson, the younger, more potential Peyton Watson, from playing, but he hasn't been playing well, and Aaron Wiggins deserves to play. He's on a 2-year minimum, so that's a steal. But other than that, all of our other guys are still playing really good. I'm liking how this team is looking. I know I've said that a lot, but we're in a good spot. We avoided the issue of having to pay Banchero, Suggs, Wagner, not having money. But another big deal here, we get Ivica Zubac for Goga, Peyton Watson, a first and 2 seconds. Now, that was the first we got from the Lou Dort trade. Goga, we're getting a better center, so it makes sense. Peyton Watson wasn't playing well, and then he fell out of the rotation. He's got 1 year on his contract. We're not bringing him back for another $10 million a year. So we get Ivica Zubac, who's one of the better rebounders and paint defenders in the league. Right now, he's been playing well against Jokic in the playoffs, and he's just a really good player. He's an 88 overall. Real excited about this one. And we used that extra first from the Lou Dort trade, so we didn't have to give up another first-round pick that we have had. We just got it. We weren't going to use it. We give it up. So clearly showing signs that we are not a team looking at the future. We're looking at right now, the future being 4 years down the road with those picks, because we're an 8 seed right now. An 8 seed. Now, the 1 seed, again, is not too far in front of us. They are really 8 games in front of us. So, I mean, it's not like we can't catch them. So hopefully this helps. But Jokic won the MVP. DeBansta, all these other guys, similar to what we've seen. So, Wemby getting clutch players, kind of crazy. Coach Chris Finch is the coach of the year. Really do like Chris Finch. Just led his team to the finals. Actually, it was 2 years ago by now, getting them to the finals and winning against the Knicks in the original simulation. 3 All-NBA players for the Pelicans, though. They had Trae Young, the All-NBA second-teamer, above Coop and Zion. So, no awards for us again. Pretty surprising, to say the least, especially for one of the better defensive teams. I don't know if it's still defensively that good, but we completely missed the playoffs. It could not have gone worse for us. We were the 11 seed. We were 1 game behind the Bulls, 1 game from a play-in spot. But the fact that we were 1 game from a play-in spot is bad. This is not a team that's that bad. And overall in the league, we sat at 21, so I think that's going to be pick 10 in the lottery. Don't really care about what happens here. See the Hawks in the first round, they beat the Bucks, and the Cavs from the 8 seed. After losing in the play-in, they were the 7, they lost, and then they ended up getting to the conference finals to play Brooklyn with New Orleans and Memphis. And Trae Young, there it is, that stings. That stings. Dude, they win the finals, they win it in 5. Zion got the MVP of the finals, but that stings to see Trae Young there. But again, put that one in the rearview mirror. Some good players, a lot of notable players retiring here later in their careers, so they're not as great. And Doc Rivers retires, about time. Luke Walton retires. Those ones aren't too important, so we'll see where we are here in the lottery. Don't expect us to move up much with being number 10, but you never know. The Hawks went from 12 to number 1, so we'll see. But, you know, this isn't even DeBansta. This is for Tyran Stokes, who's still a really good player, but it's finally getting out of that Wemby, then Cooper Flagg, then DeBansta, just generational style player. But here we go, number 10. It's the only time you show us Orlando. You don't show us again. It showed us Orlando. That's great. The Thunder get the number 2 pick in this draft. I don't understand how they got all those picks. I just don't get it. But yeah, Jamal Mosley's fired at this point. I mean, might not be a coaching issue, but probably you got to change something. So some really good coaches out here, actually. Really good coaches. Chris Finch, the coach of the year, is out there. So Quinn Snyder is a pretty good one from the Hawks. So we got some history with the Hawks. But definitely going to offer Tyronn Lue a contract. He's a better coach out there. We'll give Tom Thibodeau a deal. And then we'll also just offer Chris Finch just to see if he takes it. Maybe he will. He will be the only one to take that. And Chris Finch is our new head coach. So the former coach of the year is now coaching this team. This is the guy we take with the draft pick. Adam, I'm not even going to try that last name. Just because this really wasn't a big draft. Really no point in showing it. We picked Adam because he had Hall of Fame potential, but I don't even want this pick. This draft really meant nothing. And Adam Odimork, that's the best I'm going to do. He picked him just so we could probably trade him, honestly, so we can just add him to a deal to maybe get a star-ish player. Just screwing around here, trying to find a trade, and we get one with the Thunder, so that's cool. But we made it out with a pretty good player. Tyran Stokes goes 1. Here's our guy, Adam Omidok. So, yeah, we'll take him. 74 overall, Yegor Demin. Obviously going to bring him back. Bryce, we're going to bring him back because he's the son of LeBron James. Jokic, Giannis are hitting the open market. Jokic probably going to go back to the Nuggets. Giannis, I would expect to go anywhere. But not a lot of flexibility in the free agent signings space. A lot of these guys making a lot of money, but, you know, they're worth it. You know, you look at Paolo Banchero, he's a 95, and he makes 41. Jalen Suggs is even an 88, making $29 million. Can't be too mad at that. His B minus potential does not make sense with a Hall of Fame potential when I looked at him in the draft, but he still should have a lot of potential. And looking at this team, we've got guards again, probably going to maneuver some guys here just to make it work better, but a lot of good players on this team. I think the biggest issue is that we have a lot of good players on this team. Isaiah Joe, I've loved him, but could probably be better. Anthony Simons, he's been solid. He had a down year, so maybe. And my idea here is not trade these guys to trade them. But like I said, I mean, we can just get Jabari Smith immediately. But we just have a lot of good players, and that has not worked out for us. Or we have a lot of solid players. We need elite players. We don't need a solid 11-man rotation when clearly that doesn't work for us. And we even can't even get anything great for Anthony Simons even. So the goal is to trade for a star. You know, when I say star, I mean star. Like a guy that could be better than Franz. Probably nobody's going to be better than Paolo. Maybe nobody's going to be better than Franz, but somebody close to Franz's value. We got a lot of good players. You throw that with Suggs, Franz, throw that with Banchero. Like, that should be getting some pretty good players on this team. Nobody's, like, Yegor Demin, we're offering him. But anyways, we'll go ahead and sign some lower guys. I mean, DiVincenzo wanted no money, so we signed him. Spurs get Wemby, and that will be the moratorium period. Giannis to the Clippers. Didn't doubt him leaving. Jokic does go back, though, and most of this stays the same. Anthony Black is returning to the Hawks. And yeah, there's our signing with DiVincenzo. I like that. So we now have a backup point guard. And now looking at this team, we have the backup point guard spot. We probably need to move Dort a little bit. We'll move Dort to the 3, move Wiggins back to the 4. Dort goes up to an 84. Wiggins back down to 79. But we need Aaron Wiggins to play the 4 because we need a backup 4. We need Dort at the 3 so we can have Joe at the 2. A lot of moving spots here. A lot of moving pieces of this team. Like I said, we're trying to get a star player because this really good rotation hasn't worked out. So we need that really, really, really elite player. But still happy with this team. We got some young guys in Adam and Yegor. So what we do with them, I don't know. Yegor's been here a while. In real life, he's the lottery pick. In this simulation, he was the 24th pick. So it wouldn't be too crazy to possibly move him at this point. We're trying to. But nonetheless, that is free agency. We move in. Paolo Banchero is a 96 overall now. It's definitely nothing better than Banchero. Franz stays steady. Suggs goes up 1. I don't know why Ivica went down 1, considering he got much better at a lot of stuff, including rebounding. But just looking at this team, Yegor and 81, we have so many guys over an 80 overall right now that we should be a lot better than we have been. And it's not like this is the first year. This is a couple of years in. We had Trae Young. We've made some big deals. We brought in Simons and we've kept them. So we need to make a move here. And I'm going to look through here just to see if there's any really good players that aren't untouchable. That is kind of a lot to ask for. Some really good players that aren't untouchable. But it's not impossible. See, that Pelicans team is just so stacked at this point. Don't know how they got their hands on all those good players, but they did. And they methodically did it well. Why am I saying that? This is 2K. They got it off some BS, but that's beside the point. Not going to try to trade for Wemby. Not really anybody over here. Not too many all-star players. We're going to shake this team up. That's the goal, because this team needs a wake-up. We need to shake them up, and none of the guys that are available are guys we can really shake this team up with. So, still going to look here until we get back to our side. Not a lot of great players out. Tyrese Maxey's available. Doesn't really make sense for us. We're probably looking for more of a wing, possibly a star center, but I really think the shooting guard small forward spot, especially because we're going to have to trade probably Anthony Simons in this deal, whoever we trade for. I see Jaylen Brown is not untouchable from the Celtics. I'm willing to give up a lot for Jaylen Brown because we are in we need him. That's the state we're in. We need a player. They've got a good rotation, but we're desperate here in Orlando. And Jaylen Brown is just what we need, a change of scenery. I'm not going to give up Suggs. I'd rather give up Simons and try and figure out how the money works. But looking for other guys to add in here. Adam, that's why we drafted you, man. A lot of potential. Hopefully he helps out here. Zubac has been solid. Don't know that I want to get rid of him, but we're talking about Jaylen Brown here. We could throw in 1 first. I'll throw in 2 first here, and they immediately accept that. I did not expect that. Normally, I would just throw in the 1 first, and then see what they think, but I did not think they were going to accept that. We did give up a lot in Simon, Zubac, Adam, and 2 first, but we get Jaylen Brown. Really, none of those guys can compare to Jaylen Brown. We still have good centers that we can get up. Zubac, Jaylen Brown's going to be replacing the role of Anthony Simons. So overall, really good trade for us. Looking at the team now, Franz, Jaylen, one of them is going to have to play the 2. Jaylen goes down 1. Franz does not. We'll put Franz at the 2. He does kind of play that in real life. So Jaylen will stay at his natural position of the 3. Franz is more mobile to be in terms of moving around positions. But yeah, this is a team that has Paolo Banchero, Jaylen Brown, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. That is a ginormous big 4 with a supporting cast around him because we only had to give up 2 rotational players to get back Jaylen Brown. So really, we're out 1 rotational player. We use that depth. We still have good depth. We even kept Yegor Demine, looking to maybe trade him now to get something better than what we have. There's Cole Anthony, no. But Isaiah Joe also here just because, we've been moving him around. He's been great, and we're going to get Khalil Ware. I mean, I don't know how. Go look and see if there's anything better, but I don't know how you can beat Khalil Ware. The only reason I'm looking around is because he is on the last year of his deal. We obviously have zero flexibility in terms of cap space, so re-signing him would be tough. But nonetheless, still a very good player. He's going to be restricted, so we're going to be able to bring him back, but that's not something we think about now. We're now trying to win, and we even lose a little bit more on that bench to get even better. And we have Suggs, Franz, Jalen, we have Paolo, and Khalil Ware. And Lou Dort will be our 6th man, with the 7th man Dante, 8th man Wagner, 9 is Wiggins, and Dennis Schroeder doesn't make the rotation. First time we've had a 9-man rotation in the video, but I want Dennis Schroeder to play. We signed him for a reason. He's a good player. So we're going to go ahead and make it a 10-man rotation, drop the bench utilization, so the starters still get a lot more minutes and just the guys on the bench will get less minutes. So Schroeder can get minutes. Pretty complicated, not really making a big deal out of nothing, but just wanted to play him a little bit. We'll go ahead and re-sign Jaylen Brown. No-brainer to lock him up. Same with Lou Dort. Get him on front-loaded contracts, set him up for the future. And with that, the core of this team is set up for the future. Outside of Khalil Ware, who's a restricted free agent, you can sign him. It doesn't matter. You can match his contract. You can do whatever. So this team is set up for the future, and we've been steamrolling the league. It hasn't even been close. Nobody's been close to us this year. And with that, Jokic, my goodness, Nikola Jokic with another MVP that is 6. This game loves Jokic's MVP. I mean, that's pretty legendary status there. It might be in the GOAT conversation. Has to be with 6 MVPs. Chris Finch, back-to-back Coach of the Year awards. 2 different teams. It probably doesn't happen often. But tried to go back and look at his award history like we did with Jokic. They don't have that for coaches, so that's whatever. But we get Executive of the Year. Jokic, just one of the most dominant players here. But yeah, I mean, the All-NBA team's nothing too surprising. Wemby up to a 99. Pretty impressive. Why is there no rookie second team outside of 2 guys? I don't know, 2K, but that doesn't matter. That's besides the point, because we are the number 1 team in the league. 64-18. Dallas had 57 out west. That was the next team closest to us. 7 games in front of anybody in the league, and we just smoked the NBA this year. 22, almost 23 from Banchero, 19.9, so we'll count that as 20, and then 19.5 from Franz. Pretty big numbers from our top 3 guys. So, really good year. Everybody else helped out a lot. Banchero pretty much led us in every single stat. He was a dog this year. But yeah, we dropped Brooklyn first round. We'll sim this. There's no way we lose this. We beat them in 5. We'll sim the Pacers, beat them in 4. And we beat the Bulls in 5 to play Ja Morant and the Grizzlies in the finals. And let's see, we beat them in 5. So total, that is 80-18 on the year. Banchero is the finals MVP. And we finally did it. Had some teams before, thought we would. Didn't even make it past the play-in. This was the first year that we even made the playoffs, and we just smoked everybody and went 16-2. But this is the team that won the championship, first time in Orlando Magic history. A team that really needs not a rebuild. They just need time and changes, minimal changes. They don't need a lot, but they do need to get another really good player out there. Jaylen Brown might not be that guy. Pretty hard to get, but they need some more change. It's been a fun playoffs. Seeing more teams get eliminated, definitely going to put out some more elimination rebuilds. But thank you for watching this one. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and help grow the channel. And love making these videos, and hopefully continue to do so. So thank you, and see you in the next one.